Welcome back, everyone, to the final round of Wednesday Night Modern here at Top Deck Productions.
It's Wednesday Night Standard.
Did I say Modern?
Yep.
I kept saying Modern in my head. On your left, we have Isiah Edwards playing Mardu vehicles, and on your right, Modern commentator Taylor Gunn back at it again with the light vans playing Ramunap Red, hoping to avenge his round one loss.
Yep. So this is a matchup we've definitely seen before on the stream. We saw it last week.
That's right.
Some different
Tony
players.
Versus,
Tony versus Zach.
I didn't get to see that. How did that end up going?
So Zach kept some sketchy hands and got punished for it. He missed some land drops, and it didn't work out too well for him.
You know, it's kind of my fault that I didn't get to see it because you know it's on YouTube, right?
Yes, it is on YouTube.
Do you know what the YouTube channel is?
It is youtube.com/TopDeckProductions.
Top Deck Productions stream.
There's a stream at the end.
Yeah,
I apologize.
That's where you can find all our archive replays. I apologize if my mic is being finicky.
Yeah. So we see a turn one Bowmat courier here for Taylor Gunn, and Isiah has a bit of an interesting mana base, it looks like. He's actually playing a decent amount of deserts. So if near Deadlands, Ramunap Ruins. So this is one of the matchups where that's going to come back to bite him. Some of his colored sources are going to deal him some damage, and that's definitely not something he wants, but Taylor kept a one land hand with 2/1 drops.
I don't think he mulliganed either.
I don't think he did either. It definitely looks like he has at least one copy of Shock in his hand.
Isaiah's got the turn 2 Heart of Kieran. I know he has the 3-mana Gideon in his deck.
Yes, he does. And Taylor found the second land, which is nice.
4 damage.
And you're gonna see.
Yes, we do.
That's big.
Goodbye, Heart of Kieran. 3 damage coming in. Isiah at 19, 18, 15.
And with the Shock in hand for Taylor, this is looking to be a very
quick game.
Yeah, it's not a quick game. It's still going to take a few more turns, but Isaiah's going to have to land some really nice threats to stay in this game. And honestly, we're going to see here what looks like a Walking Ballista for 1 just to kill this Bowmat courier.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Yep.
I think he's going to wait to block the Soulscar Mage and then kill the Bowmat courier.
We'll see if Taylor even gives him the option, because that Soulscar Mage would get prowess.
Yeah. I definitely would want.
Definitely
2 shocks, 2 carry Zevs,
nope,
and
he's going right on in.
Yeah, I don't think you're not incentivized to really shock here. There's other things that Taylor's going to want to use it on,
like the carry Zev.
Well, I think there's other things he wants to use the shock on Isaiah's side, and I think he just wants to deploy the carry Zev. Get his 2-mana threat in play, and we're going to see here double scrap heap from Isiah, which is good, but yeah, they don't block, and that's actually a really good draw for Taylor. The 3rd land, so he can play carries of and hold up shock this round.
He already has the carries of in play though.
Oh, that's true. It is legendary.
He's
what is that other card in his hand? There's a carries of 2 shocks, a land.
And
I can't tell what that is.
I sure hope it's not Hazaret.
Yeah, that'd be slightly unfortunate, but that is still something he gets to build to.
Yeah,
I think it might be
Hazaret.
Either a Hazaret or maybe a Lightning Strike. I'm not sure. It is a Hazaret.
He's just shot him twice. Isiah is impressed with that.
Yeah, so Isiah is
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage coming in from that. Isiah just
you do what you gotta do.
Can't block it.
Yeah. Isiah is a mono red player, so he definitely knows how these games play out. And Isaiah's hand is 2 Spire of Industries and a Heart of Kieran. So
we saw the payoff for the deserts with the ran out of room, but again, he's gonna 3 them. This card's not blocking, so might as well.
Yeah, and Isiah here is probably going to take 2. Ooh, that land was a big draw, and
Taylor Gunn running hot with the around that red deck.
This is actually just lethal.
5, 6.
Or no, it's 4. Has to chump block the Hazaret. Yep. Takes 4. My bad. And
goodbye.
I have a very good feeling we're going to see one of these deserts tap for colored mana.
Nope. He just scoops it up, draws another land. So Taylor Gunn takes advantage of a pretty aggressive hand despite the one-lander.
Yeah, I mean, with these mono red decks in Standard, with Burn and Modern, sometimes you just keep one land hand with a couple one-drops, a couple one-mana burn spells you can cast, and you just rip lands and you get there.
I'm going to nominate CM Punk to be banned from the stream for life for talking smack about the wonderful card that is Siege Rhino.
Okay, I love Siege Rhino. I will still admit that card was dumb.
That card won me so much money.
I agree. That card was very good for me. But
well, to be fair,
that card was pushed as crap.
It might see play when Pelucranos rotates. You can't see it. Patrick is just shrugging his head in
I'm
disgust.
rolling my eyes so hard at him right now. So what do you think we're going to see out of these sideboards here for these two players?
Well, I can imagine Taylor's going to bring in some Abrade, some cheap removal. I have no idea what Isiah's going to bring in. I have no idea what a Mardu sideboard looks like. So let's pull it up.
Some cards I've seen in Mardu sideboards, I've seen Authority of the Consuls, which if he has that in his sideboard, he's definitely going to want to bring in.
I mean, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either, so I can see that.
I don't know. Authority does a pretty good job of slowing down the mono red deck. You get to basically nullify any kind of haste threats they have, and you just get incremental life gain where with 1, 2, maybe 3 points of damage being off of lethal from Taylor, like if he's 1 or 2, 3 points over, Authority can gain Isiah anywhere from like 5 to 6 life in any kind of game with Authority, so
looks like Isiah is sideboarding quite a bit. For what it's worth, this is the second place motor vehicle sideboard from the SCG Cincinnati Classic, running 4 Rampaging Ferocidons, 2 Authority of the Consuls, 1 Cast Out, 2 Solemnity, 3 Abrades, 1 Shock, 2 Chandra Torture Defiances. I had to imagine if Isiah has any number of Abrades, it's coming in 1,000%.
Yeah, any kind of cheap removal is going to come in, Shocks, Abrades. Authority is going to come in if he has it. I don't think he's going to want to go to anything like Cast Out or Chandra. I think he probably is going to want to try to play more of a aggressive mid-range game.
Do you think his answer to Hazoret then without Cast Out would be just Gideon?
Yeah, Gideon's a pretty good answer. I mean, I guess I could see Cast Out coming in for Hazoret, but I actually kind of view the Mardu deck as the aggressor in this matchup. Aside from having cards in the sideboard like Authority, Mono Red is going to have the better late game.
But Mardu just has that complete nut draw still of like turn 1 Toolcraft, turn 2 Heart, turn 3 Planeswalker.
Yeah, so I definitely think that Mardu is going to want to play more as the aggressor. I think they have the game plan that's a little harder to disrupt. Taylor definitely is probably going to have some Abrades. He's going to have more things to interact with Heart of Kirin. But if you don't draw those, Mono Red has a really hard time profitably dealing with a 4/4.
Yep.
And so if Taylor...
It needs to Abrade.
Yeah, he needs Abrade. If Taylor is going to have to, like, double spell to kill a Heart of Kirin, that's going to be a pretty bad exchange for him. One thing that he can do is bring in Harsh Mentor, because Crew is an activated ability that he will get dinged for whenever Isiah activates that.
Just some incidental damage that can add up over time.
Yeah, that's especially because to have Heart of Kirin still function as a creature, you need to keep activating that activated ability. And so if you want to just make sure he's taxed every time he activates that ability, then that damage can add up. Isiah is not going to win a game that he has Heart of Kirin in play without activating that 3, maybe to 4 times. So it's 6 to 8 damage, and that's a lot from one card.
So Anthony Gower asks in the chat, with Lightning Strike and Abrade back, we could unban Copter, right?
My answer is no. I don't think we can unban Smuggler's Copter. That being said, we have had a lot of really good cards against it since it's printed.
Fatal Push,
Harsh
Abrade,
Mentor,
Strike,
Fatal
Harsh
Push,
Mentor.
Lightning Strike, Abrade. The problem with Smuggler's Copter is that it gives flying and looting to any deck. It literally takes the color pie, smashes it over a table, and just discards it completely.
Now here's the real question. What was a better card in that deck? Smuggler's Copter or Thraben Inspector?
That's a hard one. I think those cards work way too well together to, like... It's probably Smuggler's Copter. I think you could have Smuggler's Copter exist without Thraben Inspector a lot easier than Thraben Inspector could exist without...
But it existed with Heart of Kirin.
It existed with Heart of Kirin, and it was good. But I think the deck would have been... Let's say, for some odd reason, they banned Thraben Inspector instead of Smuggler's Copter, and Heart of Kirin was never printed. I definitely think the deck still would have been way too good with Smuggler's Copter.
I think the blue-white deck still would have been way too good with the Reflector Mage.
Yeah. Too. Well, so imagine 4-color Saheeli with Reflector Mage in it.
Woo!
Oh, Lord. That would... Okay, so we're going to game 2 here.
Isiah start with the tap land and passing it back.
Yeah, he does have a Heart of Kirin in his hand.
Taylor's got another Bowmac Courier.
Yep, that's a pretty good start from him.
I don't think Taylor has... No, he does have a second land.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, he has a second Bowmac Courier.
Yeah, so Isiah actually has the deserts in all 3 colors here, so...
He's going deep.
Yeah, he might be taking some damage here from his own lands.
Taylor's got an on-crop Crasher still in the deck. He attacks for 1
That's
again.
Interesting.
Puts Isiah down to 18
and
passes.
Taylor, he's going to hold up Lightning Strike. Taylor has a pretty good card in this matchup in Aether Sphere Harvester. In these aggressive matchups where racing is obviously important, having that life swing is pretty good. No, we're going to see Doomfall here from Isiah.
Don't forget, these Mardu decks used to go controlling post-Barb Planeswalkers.
Yeah, I don't think they can really do that much anymore. A big reason they could do something like that was the versatility of Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. I don't think Gideon of the Trials, while it is still a good card, it doesn't line up that well, and you just don't have the Planeswalker threats that you had back when Mardu Vehicles was really a deck.
So we see Taylor's hand 2 Lightning Strikes, an on-crop Crasher, a Aether Sphere Harvester, and a Rampaging Ferocidon. There goes the Harvester. You mentioned it was probably the best card that Taylor could have, and it's gone.
Yeah, to answer your question, Anthony, Marvel still being banned isn't really a fact of there's something big that we can hit. You can still hit Nicol Bolas, which is still a pretty big game. The real problem with Marvel is it breaks what WotC wants Standard to be.
Consider, too, pod limited what they can print feature-wise, just like Marvel can limit what they can print feature-wise, as Isiah fairly pushes this Bowmac Courier down. Plays a Scrappy Scoundrel, crews the Heart of Kirin, and here we go.
Here's what you see, what we were talking about earlier. Taylor does not have access to a Braid.
Nope. And
this Heart of Kirin's going to put a beating down. Oh, I thought that was a Braid for a second.
No, just an on-crop Crasher. Isiah says he's down to 10.
And, but yeah, back to like,
Chandra is a
big
really good draw. Now,
there.
You can't kill Crasher and crew Heart of Kirin because that kills Chandra.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying. If Isiah has something like a Lightning Strike in his hands, I saw a white card. I don't know what the other card is.
I believe Isiah goes to 9 just to cast that.
Yeah, so I don't think he's going to...
He should be at 9, correct?
Yeah, he would have had to take 8 damage from his Ramunap
We'll get that straightened out for you. And Taylor Gunn with the Sun-Scorched Desert targeting Chandra.
That's nice.
Kill it.
No, don't respond with the crew.
Because it's not... The rule hasn't changed yet.
Yeah.
He's not targeting it. He's redirecting.
Yeah. Just like another quick note on like Marvel being unbanned. Like, there's just so many... Wizards doesn't want to have the possibility of Marvel being a real deck again. They don't want any kind of unfun shenanigans to happen when Marvel was in Standard. So they just want to make sure that never happens again. They were pretty unhappy with what happened when Marvel was a thing. They don't want to take that chance again.
No, and it just was not fun for people to play against. And that's what they care most. They care most about people here at the local level.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they care about what the pros have to say. Pros are going to influence public opinion, but the pros aren't not where they're making the money.
Yeah. Taylor, meanwhile, just drawing like a boss, just drawing haster after haster after haster. Got Isiah down to 5. We'll see if Taylor can follow it up. Again, the Heart of Kieran is one heck of a blocker. As Isiah draws
so Isiah can go to 4 here and kill one of those things with just the if near Deadlands he just drew. He does have to take a damage off the Spire of Industry to get the second black source.
And of course, just...
which I think is what he's going to do right now. We're going to see what desert he decides to sacrifice. I would personally go for...
he's going to fumigate.
Oh.
And
well,
Heart of Kieran was a creature from attacking, which makes it interesting. He gains a little bit more life. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, he took 3, so he hit 7.
And then draws Earthshaker Kenra.
Oh, God.
These are some draws.
Well,
so let's see what Isiah can draw. At the very least, he can get back 2 Scrap Heap Scroungers out of turn.
They don't block, though. That's the problem.
He can try to race.
I mean, yeah, he can race and sacrifice the Ramunap Ruins, I guess. So 3, 6, that's 8.
Yeah. So I think I don't know what he drew. He drew. Was that Hour of Glory? I think that was Hour of Glory.
It would keep him alive for a turn if Taylor top decks a hazard. He's just gonna pass it back. What do we get?
Yep.
It's a land.
It was a Ramunap Ruins. That is huge. So Isiah cannot get back both Scrap Heap Scroungers now because he would have to take a damage.
Yeah, he has that.
And so he goes to 3, and then Taylor plays this Ramunap Ruins.
We're gonna hour some glory instead.
Oh, okay. So he's just saying, I'm gonna die to Hazoret.
Isiah, just heads up. If you have Hazoret, you have Hazoret. He wants to still have the out, but he still does. Plays a Spire of Industry.
Yeah, so this is... it's gonna depend on Taylor's draw step here.
What do we got? It's a
land.
Oh, that's right. This camera can come back.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That is gonna make it so Isiah has to kill him this turn, and he's still 3 damage short.
He is, yeah,
because he doesn't have the second unpainful black source. And like I said, as soon as we started this match,
he just shakes the hand. Yeah,
these deserts hurt, especially when you're playing against mono red. And right now, because you're not playing, the Eldrazi aren't in the format anymore. I don't see a big upside to having this painful mana base. Mono red is going to be a big part of the format, and even the other decks like Temur, Sultai, those matchups, 1 point, 2 points of life could still matter.
The mana in theory is good enough to where you don't need it. You have the Buddy Lands. You can play Dragonskull Summit.
You can play Dragonskull Summit. You can play Canyon Slough. You can play the Fast Lands. You can play Spire of Industry.
I can see, yeah, Spire. That one makes sense to me. But the others,
I could see playing Ramunap Ruins. I definitely could see wanting that as just as a way to be able to extend your reach. Yeah, and it almost won in the game.
But that if near Deadlands, it cost him the game. If that was any other black source that doesn't do damage, he can bring back.
He would have won that game.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it for tonight on Wednesday Night Standard with PPTQ champion Patrick Narsavage. He's looks so excited to play some Sealed in April for a chance to.
I actually enjoy competitive Sealed.
Where's this Pro Tour feed into? It's Richmond, right?
No, actually, it's PT Dominaria, so it might be Richmond.
It is Richmond,
I don't know.
Because Minneapolis is 25. Lucky you get to go to Richmond, Virginia.
Ooh, yay.
Over Spain.
My favorite city in the world. If most of you don't know, I actually really don't enjoy Richmond, Ohio, or Virginia.
Do you like it more or less than Billy Caminos hates Nashville?
I don't know how much Billy Caminos hates Nashville.
Billy would rather play in Aleppo than Nashville.
I don't hate it that much. I will, obviously, I'll go to Richmond for a Pro Tour. I almost went there for Nationals. Unfortunately, the people I was going with had to cancel, not go. Oddly enough, so I registered for Nationals, and then told Card Titan that I couldn't go, and I still got the participation Planeswalker points. I got my refund.
Hey, that's a Grand Prix buys.
Yeah. I'm close to number 2.
All right,
for
so
next season. So
if you want to watch this or any of your play from tonight or any of our streams, be sure to check out our YouTube page at youtube.com/TopDeckProductionsStream. If you're interested in seeing deck lists from these players, visit our website at topdeck.com/decks. If you're looking for a deck list on there, let us know. We'll get it for you. And of course, follow us on social media, facebook.com/TopDeckProductions, Twitter at TopDeckProds, Instagram at TopDeckPro, Patreon, if you really like us and want to support us, patreon.com/TopDeckProductions. And of course, you want to do it through Twitch, you can do it here. Just follow us, subscribe to us, and don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, that's 1 free sub. So again, for Patrick Narsavage, who is really looking forward to going to Richmond possibly, I'm Jake Valentine. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night for Thursday Night Modern. We have Logan Reinhardt, who did pretty well recently with Modern White Modern and Modern.
Yeah, he... if you don't recognize the name, he is the guy that went 9-0 at SCG Richmond,
and
Virginia.
Didn't convert.
Yeah, he got some really bad luck and some really bad matchups on day 2. I was there with him. I did much worse than he did.
But at least he wasn't Patrick Aguilar at SCG Cincinnati,
That's
who was
true.
the only person not to cash in day 2.
Yes, the only person. There were 65 people, and he got exactly 65th, paid out to 64.
So yeah, Thursday Night Modern tonight for rounds of Modern. Friday Night Magic will most likely be Modern with Mark Antliker and Minor Krabari. So again, we'll see you later this week. Have a great rest of your week, and if you're playing in Pro Tour Exelon, for some reason you're watching us instead of testing, good luck.
Yeah. See you. Good night.